Hello and welcome to Economics and You. I am your host, Mr. Samuelson. Last time we were together, we looked at both capitalism and socialism as economic systems. This was a brief examination between the capitalist and socialist economic systems. We did not go into great depth. It was kind of a view from 30,000 feet. Today, we're going to be digging deeper into the capitalist system, which we live in and love today, particularly looking at consumption, income, and decision making. Let's begin with you, the consumer. Everyone who lives in America is a consumer of some sort or another, because a consumer is anybody who buys a good or service. You buy a piece of candy, you're a consumer. Purchased goods can then be used to satisfy one of two things: wants or needs. It could be something that you need to survive or simply something that you would very much like. Now, the money that we use to pay for all of these things is income, but we don't get to spend all of our income. We only get to spend disposable income. Disposable income is the money that you have left after you have paid your taxes. So the big chunk of taxes comes right out of everything that you earn, and what's left over is disposable income. Now, there are a number of things that you still need to buy before you can go out and have that nice pizza dinner with a bunch of friends. This disposable income is mostly spent on goods and services. However, the very first thing that you have to spend your disposable income on are your needs. Before you get to your wants, you need your needs. You need them. That's food. And I'm not talking about that fancy dinner out with your friends to celebrate something. I'm talking about the basic staples that you need to survive. Noodles are it. Once you got that basic survival taken care of, you need shelter, a very basic, rudimentary roof over your head. And you need clothing. No, I'm not talking about your Nikes. I'm just talking about anything that you can put on your body to protect you from the elements and from the weather. That is your needs. Once that's taken care of, then you have your discretionary income. This is what's left over after your basic needs are paid for. We call these luxuries, the things that you don't need to survive. It doesn't always seem luxurious to go out to McDonald's, but it is more expensive than going to the grocery store. So in a way, it is a luxury. These luxuries don't just include dining out at Mickey D's. It also includes any sort of entertainment, such as paying for your television and your cable, and also your travel. Anything that you do other than getting to and from work is part of your luxury expenses. Now, a person's income does directly impact the wants that you can afford. We can't all have all the wants that we want. In fact, nobody can have all of the wants they want. It just depends on what is left after your disposable income is paid. Just as an example, we can look up here and see all income and then taxes paid out. Then you've got your housing expenses and the basic food that you need to survive. And then you got your discretionary left over. So if you've got a big bucket of money for disposable, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're living the high life. Now, once you do have that money, you need to make some important decisions. And we all have decisions to make. But every choice that we make has a trade-off. For everything we buy, there is something that we can't buy. This is because of the scarcity of our resources. Every purchase that we make is going to suck up two of our resources: time and money. Time is something that you'll never get back. The time that you spend making a decision about your purchase cannot be returned to you. So if you can't decide between getting that fancy pair of Nike shoes or just getting some serviceable pair of New Balance, well, that's time that you are putting into that decision. And then your money, be it a bunch for that Nike or a few bucks for your New Balance, is also money that you're not going to get back. you can earn new money, but the money that is spent is gone. It is a scarce resource. This decision brings about opportunity cost. The cost of a good is not just measured in money. It's measured in this opportunity cost, because for everything that we buy, there's something that we can't buy. And that's what your opportunity cost is. If you spend $100 on an item, your opportunity cost is anything else that you might have spent that $100 on. It's your second choice. You spent $100 to buy a new tennis racket. It means you don't have $100 for that nice pair of Nike basketball shoes. You're going to have to go with the New Balance. You cannot have both. That is your opportunity cost. And opportunity cost can be measured in terms of time as well. We see our little example down here. John's got limited amount of time. He can do one thing. He can cram for his exam and then be tired when he takes it. Or he can sleep and be rested, but not have had that additional studying experience from cramming. Time and money both have opportunity costs. So we have to make rational choices. A rational choice is the opposite of an impulse choice. A rational choice is one in which you consider your opportunity costs. You look at an item and you say, I can buy this, but if I do, I can't get that. Which one do I really want? That's a rational choice. You're going to come to a decision based upon thinking it through. It's not standing at the checkout line at the grocery store and grabbing the candy bar because it's there and not really thinking about it. It means considering your products. It means considering the quality. You can buy a higher quality Nike shoe rather than that New Balance. You know it's going to cost more, but it's going to last longer too, and you might have less foot pain. Your rational choices are rational because you put in the time to think about them. Different people make those different choices, and it's based upon their own individual wants and needs. Somebody might think that their $100 is best spent on basketball shoes. Somebody might think that that $100 is best spent on taking out their significant other to a nice dinner. Rational choice is just based upon the thought that we put into it and making sure that what you are buying is really what you want to spend your money on, considering your opportunity costs. That's all for today. Next time, we're going to be looking at buying principles and strategies. That's how to gather information so that you can make your rational choices. Thank you for joining me today for Economics and You. Farewell.